Vincent Nicotra and his family may be working with Onision. Hi, I'm Tommy C, and this is Shot from the Point News. Hey, before we go any further, I want to tell you about my podcast tonight, right here, live on Tommy C's SFTP. We're going to be going over the redemption of the Rewired Soul. A lot of you guys don't know this. Nick and me covered Rewired Soul back around July. There is a redemption arc here. He was actually smeared with some false information. He's not 100% innocent, but we found out the biggest thing against him was actually misreported by most of the commentary community. And we're going to fix that tonight, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we're also going to talk about his life in esports and how he threw it all away via addiction. It's going to be a very, very good interview, and it's probably going to make you look at Rewired Soul a little different, and you'll probably start to understand why Nick and I have been giving him the benefit of the doubt, and because we found some really important information. So I'll see you tonight, Shot from the Point, live, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Getting back into our main story, the Chris Hansen, Anti-O, and now Vincent Nicotra thing just gets weirder and stupider. If I were Chris Hansen at this point, I think I would drop Onision completely. I think he's trying to do that with Davy Vanity, but with recent interviews with Jeffree Star, it doesn't look like they have a lot on him either. Apparently he was arrested in Colorado and never actually prosecuted or saw any time, which means more than likely the charges were dropped. That doesn't stop Chris Hansen though, and he was very upset yesterday. This is Chris being about as weird as it gets. So hang on, Anti-Os, and hang on, Anti-Anti-Os. I'm about to cover both sides of this story. Here's Chris Hansen on his Twitter feed yesterday.
Let me get this straight. So after spending all day posting nudes of himself on his porn channel, ranting and raving on Twitter against me, bullying, harassing, saying nasty things about a good interview I did the day before, got a lot of attention.
That's questionable, and just because you get a lot of attention, that doesn't mean it's a good interview. Sorry, Chris.
The YouTube psycho brat from Washington State, who's under investigation by the FBI and Pierce County Sheriff's Department for everything from grooming to harassment to sexual impropriety to child neglect, does an interview with a lawyer on his YouTube channel to help launch the lawyer's YouTube career.
You try not to be a Bond villain?
You just can't make it up.
It is truly amazing to me that Chris Hansen, a beloved TV figure, has managed to create sympathy for Onision on this platform and beyond. It really is. This investigation is a complete and utter failure. And I have to respond. I mean, he's under investigation for child neglect. I suppose this is when his child, in September, I'm sure that's related, unless he's investigated for something else. Because Onision seems to get investigated for absolutely everything. Everything. And there's never an arrest. So if you're referring to the time when his child fell out the window, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, half a year later, he wasn't arrested for that? I think the local police department doesn't think they can get a conviction on child neglect and ruled it an accident. We keep hearing about this, and conveniently coronavirus is here to talk about, well, that's why nothing's being done. Nothing's being done because there is nothing. Nothing is being done because there is nothing. This is Chris's biggest splash on the website, and it just looks like a plain old false Me Too at this stage as he goes on to the next one. And the Jeffree Star interview didn't go that great. So, wait, hey, why are we here? Why are we here? This is what's important. This is what's important. And this is a little shady stuff on Onision's side. Onision did an interview with a lawyer, just a lawyer, called Franny Law. There they are. If I could summarize this, it's a lot of whining about cancel culture and things of that nature. And I guess they're looking to start some organization to for people that are a victim of cancel culture. That lawyer is none other than Vincent Nicotra. Oh, does that ring a bell? Oh, I bet it does. You know why? Oh, sorry there, Nick. Because it's Vincent Nicotra, the guy that got canned by Chris. It's Vincent Nicotra's sister. That's exactly right. It's Vincent Nicotra's sister, a guy who botched things quite terribly for Chris Hansen for the so-called investigation by not sending in the now famous Sarah laptop into the Federal Bureau of Investigations. That's right. So, and he was also accused of really not dealing with the alleged victims in a professional manner. He should have been probably let go a lot longer. In fairness to Chris Hansen, he held on to Mr. Nicotra long after he was affecting the case negatively, and it goes back. It goes back even after they straightened out the copyright claim thing. So here we are. We have Chris laughing like a Bond villain, telling us all again this investigation is a guarantee. I don't particularly believe that. The only evidence that we have for that is some cops writing some things down, and we don't hear about any agents. So I actually tend to believe when we see these police reports saying that he's being investigated, it's the cops getting it from Chris Hansen. That's what's happening here, more than likely. The evidence of Chris Hansen knows that he's being investigated by the FBI is really Chris Hansen. He's the source. Because it doesn't look like he's being investigated. It doesn't look like even if he was, there's enough evidence to convict him of anything. Grooming is not a crime. Molestation is. Underage sex is. All those things. And he doesn't appear to be guilty of any of it. Of course, something could change, and he sounds a weird guy. But Chris, he's got to keep the money train coming in, so he keeps yammering and hammering and stop the hammering away, because this is his ticket on YouTube, and we have the Onision side of things, where Franny Law, who's Vincent Nicotra's sister, he has a sister that's an attorney in New Jersey, 20 years of experience. She is a divorce lawyer. And yes, we do report rumors here. My sources are telling me that I did report on, not in this channel, but on Shot for the Point News. It was Shot for the Point News episode, but it was on the Shot for the Point News channel, that Chris was being hit up with a harassment lawsuit in New Jersey. And we are being told that Miss Frances Nicotra Esquire is actually behind that lawsuit. We don't know how or why, but she's encouraging it. The rumors are that Frances has Chris in her sights, and is going to make legal trouble for him, legitimate or illegitimate, into the foreseeable future. That is what we're seeing. That's what we're hearing. We can't verify that information, but that is what we're hearing. So Chris is probably going to have a hard time for firing this Vincent Nicotra guy. So good luck with that, Chris. And not only that, the guy who was trying to catch a predator, Vincent Nicotra, his sister is clearly working with Onision. This has also been reported on Reddit. All right, everybody. I hope to see you guys really soon, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want even more news than what we give you here, please go in the description box below and click on Shot from the Point News. We do even more stories like this. So if you want even more news episodes, you can check them out here. Thanks so much. See you.
On his YouTube channel to help launch the lawyer's YouTube career. I just can't make it up.